Hello students. So in the previous class students, we were talking about the various kind of infective agent which causes the diseases. Okay. So these are the diseases students, and it is caused by the pathogens, or you can say the agents. Okay. So infectious agents are responsible for these diseases. Now let us remind each and everything again students. So you see that if we talk about the influenza is a disease and it is caused by an infectious agent, by a virus that is known as a myxovirus influenzae. Okay, so myxovirus is caused due to that, or because of this virus students, a disease is caused that is also known as flu. So influenza is caused due to this virus. Okay, it is a viral fever. Then the next one is, you see, hepatitis. So hepatitis is caused due to a virus that is known as a hepatitis virus. Then AIDS. You all are aware of this disease students, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Still there is no such kind of a vaccine has been developed for to cure a person suffering from AIDS. So basically it is caused due to a virus, infectious agent, a microorganism, that is HIV. Okay, human immunovirus. Okay. Then rabies is there student, which is caused due to the bite of the animals. So it is also caused due to the virus, and that is known as the rabies virus. So this rabies virus is the cause of the disease, that is hydrophobia. Then polio is there students. So polio is a disease which is caused due to the polio virus. So India is, you can say that in India, the polio virus, the polio vaccine is there students, and this vaccine help in curing the children's, help in curing the kids from the disease, that is polio. Okay. You see, there are other viruses students, like that of tuberculosis. So tuberculosis, which is also known as a TB. Okay, so in a short form we used to say it TB, tuberculosis. Okay, and this is caused due to a virus that is known as a Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Okay, Mycobacterium tuberculosis. So this is a virus which is responsible for causing the disease that is known as tuberculosis, also known as TB. Okay, so you see students, these are the diseases and the infective agent. Here the agent which we are talking is the virus one. It means the disease which is caused by the virus. These are the different diseases: influenza, hepatitis, AIDS is there, rabies is there, polio is there, and tuberculosis. Now move to the next one students, and let us see the another infectious agent, like that of the bacteria, which causes the different type of disease. Okay, so we can also say that the different types of a disease caused by the kind of a bacteria. So we'll try to understand the name of that bacteria which caused that particular disease. Okay. So let us discuss the another kind of a disease students, which is caused by that of the other infectious agent, and that is bacteria. Okay, so right now we were talking about that of the viruses. Now let us talk about that of bacteria. Now you see students, in a bacterial disease, the first one is cholera. Cholera. Okay, so cholera is caused by the infectious agent, that is bacteria. We are talking about a bacteria here. So it is caused by Vibrio cholerae. Okay, so it is caused by an infectious agent, that is bacteria. So it is caused by Vibrio cholerae. If we talk about the typhoid, students, so typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi. A bacteria is there that is known as Salmonella typhi. Salmonella typhi is the bacteria which causes the typhoid. Likewise, student, anthrax. If a disease is there, that is anthrax, it will be caused by a bacteria, that is Bacillus anthracis. Bacillus anthracis. Okay, so Bacillus anthracis is the infectious agent, is the bacteria which causes the disease that is known as anthrax. Plague is there, students. Plague. Okay, so plague is caused by Pasteurella pestis. Okay, Pasteurella pestis. Okay, Pasteurella pestis is caused. You can say that it causes a disease, and that is known as a plague. Likewise, student, if we talk about the pneumonia. Pneumonia is a disease which is also caused by that of the bacteria, and it is caused by Diplococcus pneumoniae. Okay, so Diplococcus pneumoniae. Okay, so it is caused by a bacteria that is known as coccus is the shape, student. Bacillus is also the shape of that of the bacteria. So we can say that it is caused due to a bacteria, that is Diplococcus pneumoniae. Okay. So these are some of the diseases and that of the infectious agent which is basically caused by that of the bacteria. Okay, so disease which is caused by bacteria are like that of the cholera or typhoid is there, anthrax is there, plague is there, pneumonia is there, and the infectious agent or we can say the bacteria which is responsible for these diseases like cholera, students, so Vibrio cholerae is there, typhoid, Salmonella typhi, anthrax is there, Bacillus anthracis, plague is there, Pasteurella pestis, and Diplococcus pneumoniae is that of the that causes the disease, that is pneumonia. If we move forward and see the other diseases, students, so disease is not only caused by the virus and the bacteria, but protozoan is also responsible for causing the different kind of a disease, like malaria is there, student, or dysentery is there. So these are the diseases which is caused by that of the protozoa. Okay, so we can write it, the disease which is caused by the protozoa. This one I told you many times, students, that you all should write in your copy because it is very important to know each and everything. Most of the time the question will be asked that which is responsible for causing this particular disease, and you have to write the infectious agent, the name of the infectious agent. So you see, student, if we talk about the protozoa, disease which is caused due to protozoa. So you see, for protozoa, malaria. Malaria is a disease which is caused by the protozoa, and which protozoa, students? That is Plasmodium. It is the Plasmodium only which causes the disease, that is malaria. Okay, so Plasmodium is responsible for the disease, that is malaria. Now, not only this, there is another disease that is known as dysentery. So dysentery is caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Okay, so we can say that dysentery. Dysentery, it is caused by the Entamoeba histolytica. Okay, Entamoeba histolytica is the cause of the disease, and that is known as dysentery. Okay, dysentery. So malaria and dysentery, these are the two different protozoan disease, student, which is it is a disease which is caused due to the attack of the protozoa. Okay, so it is because of the protozoa this disease is occurred. Now, not only protozoa, you have also heard that worms are also responsible for making a person ill or causing the disease. Okay, so you have heard about that Ascariasis or Elephantiasis or Teniasis. All these are what? These are the disease which is caused by the worm. Okay, helminth worms, helminth disease you can say, students, or worm. So after protozoa, it is the helminth or worm is there which causes the specific disease. Elephantiasis, helminth or worm disease. Okay. Now, elephantiasis. The first one is elephantiasis. So, elephantiasis, it is caused by a worm, that is Wuchereria bancrofti. Okay, so we can write it Wuchereria bancrofti. Okay, Wuchereria bancrofti is responsible for the that of the elephantiasis, which is also known as a hathi paw. Okay, so elephantiasis, that is the Wuchereria bancrofti is responsible for causing this disease. Likewise, students, you have heard about Ascariasis. So Ascariasis. Ascariasis, it is a disease which is caused by Ascaris. Okay, so we can write it. It is caused by a worm that is known as Ascaris. Okay, so Ascaris is responsible for that. Now, likewise, student, Teniasis. Teniasis is Taenia. Taeniasis. Okay, so Teniasis. So Teniasis is basically is a kind of a disease which is caused due to that of the helminth or that of the worm, and Taenia solium is responsible for that. Solium. Okay, so these are the different kind of worms, students, different kind of helminth worms which causes the disease, and we can say that these are the worm diseases which is caused by these different worms. If we talk about the elephantiasis, it is caused by the worm that is Wuchereria bancrofti. If we talk about Ascariasis, so Ascariasis is caused by Ascaris. Then Teniasis, it is caused by Taenia solium. Okay, so these are, you can understand that these are the different types of diseases and the causative agent, the name of the exact, the specific causative agent. Okay, so we have discussed about virus, we have discussed about bacteria as well as the worm and protozoan. Okay, so all these are responsible for making a person ill or giving such kind of diseases. Okay. Now let us try to understand that we are saying continuously that this is the infectious agent. It will used to cause the disease. There is a term that is infectious agent and non-infectious agent. Okay, or we can say the infectious disease or non-infectious disease. Now, what we will see, students, we will try to understand the difference between the two types of disease, whether it will be the infectious disease or that of the non-infectious disease. Okay, so let us try to understand while differentiating it by seeing the difference between these two. So you see, so the first one is infectious disease. And the second one is the non-infectious disease. Okay. If we talk about the infectious disease, students, so infectious disease, basically we can call it as a communicable diseases. Okay. So it is also known as a communicable diseases. Okay, communicable disease. Okay, so it is caused by the communicable disease. This one, student, it is caused by a non-communicable disease. Okay, so one is also called as a communicable disease, and other one is also called as a non-communicable disease. You can understand it infectious or communicable disease or non-infectious non-communicable disease. Okay. Now infectious disease, it can passes from a healthy person to that of the, it can passes from an infected person to that of a healthy person. Okay. So we can say that a diseased person, from the diseased person, the infection can be transferred to a healthy person. Okay, so disease can be transferred from the healthy to that of the from the diseased to that of the healthy person. Okay, so we can write it. This disease can pass. This disease can pass from disease person to the healthy person. From the diseased person to healthy person. Here, student, in this case, cannot be passed. From one to other person. Okay, so this one, student, it is infectious. Okay, communicable. The term communicable, it itself says that it communicate. It means from one person to the other person. Okay, it means it can pass from the healthy person, from the infected person, from the diseased person to that of the healthy person. Okay, that is why the name is also given as a communicable disease. What happened here, student? It is known as a non-infectious. Okay, non-infectious or non-communicable disease. So here it cannot be passed. It cannot communicate. It cannot be passed from one person to the other. That is from the diseased person to that of the healthy person. Then the second one, then the third one, students, you see it is caused by the pathogens. We are saying that these are the infectious disease. So these are caused due to pathogens. Okay, but here there are many factors which causes the non-communicable disease, and these factors are other than that of pathogens. It means in the infectious disease, pathogens are responsible for this particular disease, particular type of a disease, communicable disease. But in a non-communicable and non-infectious disease, lot of factors are there except pathogens. Okay, so we can write it. These are caused by pathogens. These are caused by pathogens. Here, students, there are many factors causing the communicable disease. Causing this disease except non-communicable disease. Except non-communicable, causing this disease except pathogen, students. Sorry, except pathogen. Except pathogens. Okay, so one is caused due to the pathogens and another does not, except pathogens. So lot of factors are there, students, which causes the non-communicable disease except the pathogens. Now you see the third point, student, that is the transmission. Okay, so the transmission of the infection, it can occur through direct contact. Okay, like if we talk about it, can, if the person is in a contact with the infected person, if a healthy person is in a contact with the healthy person, then it will that person will also get the pathogen. It will also get attacked by the microorganism, that particular pathogen, and the person will also start suffering from the same disease. This disease not only need it is not necessary that only a direct contact is there so that it get transferred, but there are a lot of medium, like water is there, air is there, vector is there, student, like in case of malaria, mosquito is there, which is a carrier, which is a vector which carries the disease from a diseased person to the healthy person. So we can say that in the infectious diseases, basically the pathogens, they need a medium, or through direct contact it passes from one person to another. So in the first point we say that these disease can pass from the diseased person to healthy person, and second we said they are caused by pathogen. It means pathogen get transferred from the diseased person to healthy person. Now these pathogen, for transference, for moving from a disease to the healthy person, either need a medium, or through direct contact they can move, they can transfer. Okay, so we can write it, that is so we can say that the communicable disease needs when it get transferred, it need the transmission students, or the transmission of the infection occur due to the direct contact or with the help of the medium. Here you see that there will be no transmission at all, because you know that the non-communicable disease, it cannot be passed from the one person to that of the other person. So this problem, it means the transmission occur only with that of the infectious disease, or the communicable disease. So we can say that the transmission occur only here. But here, since there is no no passing of the disease from one person to other, so transmission cannot be done here. Okay, so we say that. So we can write it. That is transmission of infection. Transmission of infection occurs through direct contact. It occurs through direct contact, or as well as you can say, or some medium is necessary for it. Okay, so some medium. So either it can occur through direct contact or through some medium like air is there, or water is there, or any kind of vector is there, students. So they are responsible for the transmission of infection from one person to other. Here the transmission is absent. So we can say that in this one, transmission is absent. Okay, so here the transmission is of the infection occur direct contact or through some medium, then the transmission is absent. Last one, students, community hygiene. You know that to prevent this communicable disease, community hygiene is very important. Okay, so if we can say that if the community hygiene it get reduced, then the chances of the incidence of the infectious agent will be more. Okay, so we can say that the community hygiene plays a very important role in the spread of this infection, okay, or spread of the disease. Okay, so if a community hygiene will be there, so it will help in reducing the chances of the spreading of the disease or the communicable disease. Okay, so community hygiene plays a very important role in reducing the infectious disease. What happened here? You know that since there is no transmission occurs, students, so there is no role of a community hygiene in case of a non-infectious disease. Okay, so non-infectious disease, basically no transmission, no movement of the infection from one person to other. So no role of the community hygiene in case of a non-infectious disease. So we can write it, community hygiene. Community hygiene can reduce the effect of the incidence of the incidence of infectious disease. Okay, so community hygiene can reduces the chances of the infectious disease. Here it will be ineffective. Okay, so we can say that community hygiene is ineffective for the or for the incidence of non-infectious disease. Okay, so community hygiene is ineffective, especially in case of a non-infectious disease. What are the different examples today here? Cold is there, cholera is there, tuberculosis is there, pneumonia is there, malaria is there. So these are the example of the infectious disease. Okay, so these used to get transferred from one person to other person. Here in a non-infectious, diabetes is there, hypertension is there, cancer is there. So these are what? These comes in a non-communicable or non-infectious disease. So we can write the example is cancer, hypertension, okay, etc. Diabetes is also there, students. Arthritis is there. These are the non-infectious disease. Infectious disease, students. Let me write it here. Infectious disease. So you see, cold or cholera is there, chicken pox, malaria, etc. Okay, so a lot of the examples are there, students, of that of the infectious disease. Cholera, chicken pox, malaria is there, tuberculosis is there, pneumonia is there. So these are what? These are basically caused due to the infections, due to the pathogens, attack of the pathogens. So we will say that it will come in a infectious disease. Okay, so this is what? This is the infectious and that of a non-infectious diseases. Okay.